All right, what's up, fellas? You're watching, listening to 144 Chosen World Podcast with your host, Mr. DKB of Killer Factor. And always with me is my brother from another mother, the Unknown Factor. What's up,
Oh
bro?
shit. Yeah. Cause remember. Yeah, it's UF. It's not FU unless you want to flip it. And if you want to flip it, I don't have no qualms with that at the moment. But that's not what this is about. What this is about is that 144. Yo, bro, who's our guest today?
Oh, bro, we got special guest in the house. Somebody we worked with very
Ooh.
closely before.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody definitely got much respect for. I'm glad this is our second. You know what I mean? Welcome, everybody. Seven, the Panther. What
What up,
up,
though?
Seven?
Fours up. Fours up. Y'all know what it is. 70 Panther, man. West Coast in the
Hell yeah.
building.
What
What
up?
up,
Oh,
Seven?
man.
What up?
Oh,
Man,
man,
man, I
out
so
here
want to
enjoying this legal marijuana. There you go.
Oh, you
I
can't hate that. No.
got this fucking cigar. I mean, I wish we didn't live in a bitch ass state, but that's a whole different issue, man. Can I say? I know DKB, you and I discussed earlier what we was gonna do, and I still want to jump to something, but I won't. I won't, because I just want to jump to it because we got a couple cop killers. We just got cop killers up in this motherfucker, and I love it. I love it. Just three cop killers up in this bitch, but we ain't gonna get into that quite yet. I'm gonna let you take the first question because you said what you wanted. You know what I mean? Take it, bro.
Yeah, man. Start off. Just how did you start off getting into music yourself?
Oh, man, that's crazy. All right, so I started out as a DJ when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? That was the first thing. Well, I actually started off as a beatbox. Then I
Mm,
graduated to be a DJ, and the group that I was DJing for, we had a competition against another group, and their DJ came from behind the turntables and kicked the verse, and we ended up losing. So the next time we
mm.
battled them, um, they was like, "Yo, you got to rap," and I was like, "I don't rap." They was like, "But you got to. Like, that's the only way y'all gonna beat them." And I was like, "All right." So I wrote my little rap. Ain't nobody hear it to the day of the competition. We did the competition. I rapped. We won, and they was like, "Yo, what you DJing for them? You rap better than both of them. What are you doing?"
Hmm.
And so from that point, it was kind of like I was married. I was married to the mic. From that point, I sold my little DJ equipment and it's been nothing but microphones with me ever since.
What year was this?
I ain't gonna say the year, but I'll say I was 11. I was
Okay.
11 years old.
Woo!
Yeah, I was
So
All I
11
got
years
to
old.
what I'm getting to is like back in the day, like DJs, it started to get to that point. That's how you started getting DJ Cool Herc, or yeah, this
You
is
know what I
so and
mean?
so. This
Yeah.
is my party. I'm shutting this down. I am the MC and the fucking DJ. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the
They was
DJ was the
playing music.
preeminent force of the
Yeah.
music. Yeah, the
But
DJ the preeminent force of the music. Like, and realistically, the only reason why rappers feel like they the preeminent force of the music is because in the record business, you got to put the motherfucker who rapping up front. You know what I'm saying? But like realistically, the DJ still run shit. Like we, you
hmm
know what I'm saying? If the
yeah.
DJ turn the music off and leave, what we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Ain't no show. So yeah,
hope.
still got
You
mad
better
love
hope
for the
one.
DJ.
You better hope one of the MCs can
Oh, definitely.
DJ is what you better do. I
Really?
swear, I've seen some issues where I've seen some MCs like just snap on DJs. Yeah, I've seen some things, but that was up in Michigan, whatever.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Woo, you know. Can I say
That sound
though,
about right.
sincere? Yeah,
That sound about right. Yeah.
yeah,
Michigan.
like them NFGR stories, bro. But that's another bit. Can I say though, I'm not surprised that that's what happened, and I say that specifically because we've had the privilege of working with you. Uh, one of the tracks you can go listen to right now, which is why I said there's three cop killers in the room. The other one will be released on our next album. But man, when I got them verses back, like, and I know DKB is the same way. Like, damn, bro. So yeah, I'm very
hmm
much not surprised in that. But I'm curious. Do you think the fact that you started as a DJ, and I mean, I'm in that you have to have rhythm, especially beatboxing and everything. Do you think that
Yeah.
helped you a lot as far as in just going into flow?
Absolutely. I think that one of the biggest things for me, right, like my favorite rapper, like even to this day, is Rakim. So like, as when I listen to Rakim rhyme, like people think his rhyme scheme, like the way that his flow is very simple, but I'm like, it's way more complicated than you think when you listen to a record, particularly when you go back to his first 3 or 4 albums. The way that he rhymes on the track makes his voice another instrument of the record. You know what I'm saying? So like
hmm
that was where I learned that aspect from. So between Rakim, Coogee Rap, Nas, and Method Man is kind of my, you know what I'm saying? So um, that's pretty much what that. So I mean, yeah, being a DJ definitely gave me that aspect of understanding. Okay, this record sounds good with this record, but why does it sound good together? Because there's an element that ain't in this record that adding this record to it gives it. So now when I put my voice on this beat, there's an element of the beat that's missing. My voice got to be that element. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's
Yeah, I
Hmm.
feel that. I feel that. And can I
Oh
say,
yeah.
bro, you literally mentioned probably like what is definitely one of my top five MCs. You know what I mean? Like, cause
for
I
sure.
got
For sure.
I I love Method and Red. I do. What happened to your camera?
Oh shit, I don't know. There we
He
go.
said,
There we go.
he
All
said,
right, there we
Yeah.
he just wanted to be incognito real quick. Because, like I said, we be killing cops, man, and they don't like that shit.
Yeah, this motherfucker definitely does. He always talks about, did you hear that new Redman Method Man? Method, he's always talking about Method Man. Like I don't know who he is, you know what I mean? But it's funny. Because Meth is a
Well,
go. Yo,
great,
my
you know what I mean, though.
firstly, I know that you know who he is, bro. Because it's you, and you have hip hop knowledge like I have comic book knowledge. So yeah, but sometimes you
Yeah,
don't
I know.
check
It's
out that
oh
just,
news from.
I
man,
know. I'm just
you know
saying,
what's
you
funny?
always mention.
I got a funny ass. I was gonna say I got a funny ass story for y'all since you showed me that shirt. Um, okay, so the reason why it's kind of crazy that I even mentioned Method Man, and a lot of people don't even understand how influential he's been in my career. But we was in North Carolina, and Meth came to Charlotte to do a show at this club called the Ritz. So we all in line to to go to the show and all that. Stand in line, we get inside. There's so much smoke inside. Now, mind you, I smoke.
Hmm,
You know what I'm saying?
hmm,
I smoke. I smoke weed. I smoke cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? I smoke.
hmm,
So like, when we get in the building, but there's so much smoke in the building, I can't breathe hardly. You know what I'm saying? So they had to open a little
Ooh.
side door to let some of the smoke out. Now, Mel does it said he kills it. So we go outside and we start driving down the street. And his van drives beside us. And the dude looks at us and he recognized my face from inside the club and was like, "Yo, follow us." I didn't know who it was, but I was like, I mean, shit, we racked up. It ain't no thing. If it's a problem, we prepared for it. So like, let's just
hmm,
follow him and see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It might be, you never know. So we get to the whole, we follow him into the parking lot of the hotel. It's Carlton Fisk, Method Man, a couple other Wu Tang dudes,
damn.
not the top nine, but you know what I'm saying, other Wu Tang affiliated people. So they hop out of the van and they, you know what I'm saying, they're out in the parking lot smoking, and we in a freestyle cipher with Carlton Fisk and Method Man and one of the other people. So this other van pulls in and Meth says, "Yo, hold up. I'm the only person out there that's the same height as him." So he like dips down a little bit and hides behind me. He said, "Yo, that's my manager. Just hide. Just hold on. Just
Hmm.
hold on. Don't move. Don't move." So we ain't moved. You know what I'm saying? I'm standing
What?
still. He pops up and he's like, "Man, thank you." And then we start smoking and we rapping again. So the funny part about that story is 3 years later, I'm in New York shopping my project, the Def Jam. Me and my manager about to get on the elevator. Who getting off the elevator?
Hmm.
I mean, we about to get off the elevator at Def Jam. Who getting on the elevator leaving Def Jam? Method Man. He said, "Oh shit, I know you." I was like,
Oh,
"Yeah."
damn.
He was like, "North Carolina, you helped me hire for my manager." I was like, "Yep." He's like, "Man, what you getting ready to do?" I was like, "Nothing. I'm chilling." He was like, "Y'all got a meeting in here?" I said, "Well, my manager set some up." He said, "You need him?" My manager was like, "Not really at the moment." I was like, "Psst." He's like, "Come with me." We get back in the elevator. We start going down. This motherfucker stops the elevator between the third and fourth floor, and we smoke a blunt right in the elevator.
Damn.
I'm high as fuck. We
Hmm.
get to the bottom floor. The elevator opens. This is old ass lady standing there. She just gets all the gas in her face. And he's like, "Yo, I'm about to go to SPL zone. You want to go?" I was like, "Nah, I can't even see straight. What the
Yeah.
fuck you mean?" So I go back upstairs and I'm sitting in this meeting in Def Jam all blurry eyed and I can't think straight. I'm high as fuck. And I'm like, "Yo, I don't know what this dude just did to me, but I am gone with it."
Hmm.
I was high for the next 3 or 4 hours just riding the subway. Well, after we left Def Jam, I was just riding the subway high as high.
Oh, oh,
He was on that shit from Branson or some shit, man.
Yeah, real shit, yo. Real
Damn,
shit.
that's
That shit
dope,
was
man. That's dope that he
off
remembered who the
me.
fuck you was and
that
everything, man.
yeah.
Absolutely. Hey,
And
I
Like
just the
know
the
you.
fact
only
When he
time
said
I
that
ever
shit, I was like,
the only time I ever seen Method Man, it was like him and I don't know if it's you God or somebody that was it was back in the days, it was big venue. They were sitting at the bus smoking, but like we were like like 100 yards away, like not close. And I just remember like, yo, man. And he was like, yo, what up, kid? Like ever since that day, that was like back in like 98, 99, you know what I mean? When it was first. So I always had love for meth. And that's crazy. As big, famous he is, you know what I mean? Like many
Oh yeah,
people as he meets,
I was
But
shocked,
that
bro.
he's that genuine,
I
man.
was shocked.
I I
Felt the
just I
W
just
for that.
I
Yes,
just so
indeed.
got stuck in my head now an image of Method being like, "Hey son, come here, man. That's my pimp. Nigga. Just stand
Yo,
there,
Yeah,
that
man.
shit
that's
was
yeah, it is.
hilarious,
That
bro.
is
Just
funny.
stand there. Just
It
stand
was
there.
hilarious because
Just don't move."
I wasn't expecting that kind of interaction. Like I thought, say he was gonna hop out, maybe rap with us real quick, talk for a hot minute, and then dip. We was out there, like mind you, it's like January, so it's like
Oh shit.
Oh,
40 degrees in North Carolina, and we standing outside in the cold for like 2 hours, smoking, rapping, joking, the whole 9 yards. Like we was having a fucking ball, and I was just like, yo,
Damn.
that's what's up. I enjoyed that, but like I think the biggest thing. Okay, so I mean, like realistically speaking, we talking about smoking. I smoked with Onyx. I smoked with Biggie. I smoked with Meth. Smoked with Redman. Fuck,
Shit.
smoked with Keith Murray. I done smoked with a lot of motherfuckers. like,
man,
yeah,
man. All I know
Damn. And those
is
are
you
some heavy
literally named
smokers.
it. Well, and he literally named the group that I know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Like, if I remember properly, and I might not. No, I'm not gonna. Like, it's been stressful. We won't get anything. But look, I'm pretty sure in the interview that we did on your podcast a while ago that I was like, if there was a like, I as Killer Factor, you know what I mean, would love to work with Method and Redman.
Mhm.
woo, yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure. Didn't I say that, bro?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty confident I said that on the podcast that we did. Check out Panther's
Yes.
Political Podcast, by the way.
Yeah,
You know what I
Panther
mean? He runs his
politics,
own
Panther
man.
podcast.
politics.
Yeah, Panther Politics. My bad, bro.
It's better
Panther
running this
Politics.
crazy shit we do. I don't know what the hell's
Hey,
going on.
hey, I'm working on it, bro. I used to run a
That's all
radio
right.
that was way more
And
fluid and
man,
like
I'm
Shit's
more.
almost
going.
60 episodes in, man. So you know what I'm saying. I'm almost
Whew.
60 episodes in, so I had time to get it right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
So what?
the thing is, everybody think with a podcast they can just turn the mic on and talk, and like, but it's more to it than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so once you figure out the nuances of doing a podcast, it gets way easier. Like the technical part of it usually be the biggest headache. You know what I'm saying? So like what we was having when we first got started today. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like, damn, like how we going? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So that be the hard part. But once you find a way that works, and you like every time I hit this button, I know it's gonna do this. You know what I mean? Once you get to that point, oh, it's smooth sailing from there. The biggest issue I be having is motherfuckers not showing up to the interview when they're supposed to. Like that's the hardest part. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm sorry, Seven. I didn't mean to. I
Happens.
just call my own self out. I don't even give a
Yeah, we had to
shit, man.
reschedule
Whatever.
that. It's all right.
You know,
So
we
anyway,
breathe.
you talking about you doing a podcast. You just dropped an album recently,
Ah,
if I
no
remember.
doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Like not only scheduling conflicts, but how does that like as artistic like like say like you're feeling like the music side, oh I gotta do this podcast or like you know what I mean, you're more on a podcast side, but you're like, ah I gotta get this shit done, this music
eh,
done. Do you
eh,
find an easy balance there or is it tough?
real quick
It's
though, real quick, Seb, before you get an in-depth answer in that, man, that's a question
Because
I'm
like
very curious of.
you're 60 in, so
Yeah, well, and that's something I had to balance a lot with the radio, man. And I know for a fact, you
yes.
right.
ever see the podcast just eating at your music and kind of like, oh damn, my music just literally suffered a little because of this.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I see it, but it's not as prevalent as it was in the very beginning. Um, at this juncture, I'm convinced that there is a certain segment of people who listen to my music who also listen to the podcast. But there's a whole different audience that listens to the podcast that may not listen to my music. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
um, that I mean, so I think it's getting easier to divide those worlds and kind of make them not crash into each other. But like, yeah, at times it get hectic when I'm trying to say, okay, boom, I need to record, especially when I was getting to near the end of Shooting Stars 2, and I was like, I'm almost there, I'm almost there. Oh shit, I gotta stop, I gotta go do this interview, or you know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, I could just take a week off. Then I was like, nah, out of sight, out of mind. I know better than that. Like this ain't the night. I can't take a week off and be okay now. Like I gotta give them something. So case in point, I don't necessarily have an episode to release tomorrow. However, it's nothing because I'm only at episode 60 on the episodes that have been released to the public. I got 4, 5, 10 episodes in the can that ain't never came out. So I could just drop one of them tomorrow. It ain't no big deal. But at the end of the day, Um, music is always going to be the priority over podcasting. Always, music's always going to win that battle. But podcasting is becoming so fun. You know what I'm saying? That it's kind of
Uh-huh.
hard for me to be like, you know what I mean? I be having a
Uh,
ball with it. Yeah, so it get
Look,
Yeah,
difficult.
no doubt.
oh, seven. I so feel that answer, man. Like I do, because like the reason NFGR got shut down in the long run because it was a choice between I can either continue to run this radio or I can do my music because I had a new kid on the way and all this. So I mean, it's obvious what the choice was because No Fucks Given Radio doesn't exist anymore. Um, but then going along the lines, man, it was always and I know DKB will attest to this. He's like, man, this dude brought up so many times, like, I'm gonna start a podcast again, blah blah blah. I'm gonna do this, and then finally I got a hair up my ass, and Judah did all this, and I was like, well, screw it, I'm gonna start a comic book podcast, and then I was like, oh screw it, I'll start a 141 or 144 podcast too. So I'm
Hey,
running too. So let's do some quick cross promotion because it's all about cross promotion, right? For real.
absolutely.
If you're into that Panther political, you want to get serious political, make sure you check out his podcast, right? If you're in to that comic book world though, make sure you check out the questionnaire, which is coming soon. Right? We ain't dropped the debut episode yet. It's Matt Hawkins, the COO of Top Cow, right? If you know anything about the comic book world, I would hope you know what Top Cow is, right? That's coming. It is a thing of getting people to listen in more than one way because they may not listen to that one aspect. You know what I mean? Like somebody that enjoys your podcast may listen to your music and be like, oh my God, no, I need Rob Zombie in my life, or I need some country, or like I don't whatever. They need reggae, or like hip hop just might not be their thing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And it's same
True.
with everything else, man. And I think it's good to as a I'm gonna say as an entertainer because I'd like to say we're all MCs, but we're all more than that. You know what I mean? And I think I'd like to think most of the 144. I can't say this for all of them. No offense, y'all. I don't know everyone personally. Holy hell, the crew is really, really big. I love y'all though. I don't know how far that goes for everyone, you know, but I know a large bulk of the 144 are not just MCs. They are
But yeah,
multifaceted. You know what I mean?
absolutely. I mean, even with me, of course, I obviously make music. I got the podcast. I'm an actor as well. I'm writing a book as well, and I mean, it's like a lot of shit going on. So, um, it gets harder the older you get, especially in hip hop. It gets harder to contain your creativity to just making music because you start to realize where there are boundaries to where you can go musically. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things you can't certain things I can't convey on a song the way that I can convey it on the podcast. And there's certain things
Well,
I can't convey on the podcast the way that I can do it while I'm on stage playing a role or in a movie playing a role. So you know what I'm saying? Like there's different aspects of your creativity that are gonna have to find a way to flourish because you can't necessarily do it in music. Um, Certain things are just not gonna fit into the profile, especially if you built a brand musically already. You know what I'm saying? So like, bang, I built this brand musically. When it's Seven the Panther and they see that logo on this record, it's they expecting ABC. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not just one lane, but it's a 5 lane highway, but them the 5 lanes they expecting to hear on this album. I got a whole nother lane that I want to run in, but I can't do it on this album. Okay, I'll do it on the podcast, or I'll go find a role I can play where I can hop in that lane for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Just to satisfy my creativity, because I never want to be just an MC ever again. Like I had a point where I was just an MC. Like I never want to be that again, ever.
I feel that
Yeah,
statement
no
so
doubt.
much, Seven. Yeah, I really, really do. And I'm curious though, based on what you just said, bro. I'll be honest, I haven't had a chance to check out all of Shooting Stars. I've checked out pieces of it. Everything I've heard is phenomenal. And
Hmm.
again, everything we've gotten from you is phenomenal. But
Thank you.
on one of the two tracks that we've gotten, the one that people can go publicly listen to, that being Cop Killer, I'm curious, when you got that track from us, what was your initial thought? Because I'm pretty sure you weren't the first person we sent that track to.
Oh
Nah,
yeah.
Was
Yeah,
he?
you matter of fact, I think y'all
nah.
told
Yeah,
me I was like the third or fourth person that y'all sent it
yeah,
to because everybody
yeah.
else kind of punked
People
out on it. Yeah, like
people were sort of afraid of that track, Seven. Like we sent that, yeah. It went out to several people before finally it got to you. And then like the next day, if memory serves me properly, it might have been two. I don't know. You sent this verse that made me go, holy hell, he did exactly what that track needed.
that's realistically. Let me see if I can find the best way to put this. Man, fuck it, I'm gonna just say it. So most people would say, "Oh, Seven, he's a lyricist. He got bars." Da 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 da. And that's people who may have caught on to my music in the last 5 to 6 years. If you ask anybody before that, what you know about Seven and Panther? Oh, you don't fuck with the police. If you
Hmm.
listen to anything, you don't fuck with the police. You don't fuck with the police. You don't fuck with nobody that fuck with the police. And if you look like somebody that play the police on TV, he don't fuck with you. So like that's been a part of me. I literally got a song called I literally got a song on my mixtape Soldier Music Volume 3 called Fuck a Cop Hip Hop. That's when I was still cursing in my verses, you know what I'm saying? So like I got a whole ass song called Fuck a Cop Hip Hop. And the whole song is basically about knocking the pigs off. Like we making this music as a sign of rebellion because fuck y'all, that's why. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, a lot of my other music get way more in depth in the problem, you know what I'm saying, what the real root of the problem is. But at the end of the day, it's been fuck 12 as long as I can remember. My dad was a Black Panther dog, so I do not play with the police. Fuck them. I don't fuck with the police. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, but when I first heard the record, I was like, oh, they going in. Okay. Like a lot of people have tried to get me on songs like that, but they was playing with it. Like they was kind of playing around the topic. And I'm like, nah, if you're not gonna really go at it, we can't do this shit. And so when I heard y'all, I was like, oh, they going at it. Okay, they're not playing with it. Okay, we can do this shit there. Let's get it. Um, yeah, so I appreciate the opportunity because I don't know if y'all know I don't do a lot of features, and I'm starting to think that maybe it's just because people scared to rap with me. I don't know, but like at the end of the
Man,
at the end of the
I
day, I
feel
don't
that,
do a whole lot of
broski.
features. You know what I'm saying?
So do I. My God.
You know what I'm saying? I don't charge a whole lot, so it can't be the price. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just for the record, 144 family, if y'all listen, versus free for y'all all day, every day.
And
Y'all
he's a
already know.
cool motherfucker, like, you know what I mean? Like,
For
there ain't
real.
nothing
And I'm
about
like,
you that, like, screams, like, I'm gonna stay away from it. Like, if I saw you, like, you just, something gravitates, you know what I mean? Like, you just like a cool dude. Like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, like when we got the verse, like I remember when I heard it, like I knew he was dope. But like when I heard, like I was like speechless. I think that's like at the end of the song, like we couldn't put the hook on it. You're like, even though the
yeah,
Yeah,
hook, like
yeah.
you said, the
We
hook was
were
fucking going
we were
hard,
we
on
were
Cop
thinking
Killer,
about
and shit.
yeah.
And then like we couldn't
Bro,
even. It was so fucking like it
yeah.
was just like it was what it was made for. Yeah, that's like you said, like after three or four people,
oh
and that's
yeah.
what we got. Like it was unbelievable, man.
But I feel like I'm not even gonna talk bad about the people that turned it down because all that was they was moving their energy out the way because it just that's not what the song was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It ended up being what it was supposed to be. When it got to me, I was like, oh yeah, that's the move. Let's do that. Let's do
Yeah.
that. So I mean, anybody else got any off the pigs type shit? Holla at me. I got you. I'll do those free of charge too, all day for anybody. I don't give a fuck.
But according to
Dang
Seven,
that.
if you fucking around, he ain't doing it. You gotta go to fuck in.
Yeah.
So so I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say if you want a reference of going in, listen to his track,
Well, I
fuck a
feel,
cop,
yeah, I
cop,
feel
and
kind of
listen to
proud
cop killer,
now
you know what
because,
I mean?
like,
Yeah, for real.
obviously
Fuck
he's
yeah.
turned down some dudes that like was on some fuck the police shit, but obviously, like, they were just like, uh, fuck the police,
They were
like,
doing it for clout. We were
Yeah.
doing it because we really said fuck the police.
It's like okay, so case in point, like when the whole George Floyd thing happened, you know what I'm saying? And like a couple cats hit me up like, yo,
whoa,
I
whoa,
want to
whoa,
do this
let me
track.
stop
And
you
I'm like,
right there. Let me stop you right there. This
all right.
track that we did called Cop Killer. Now, was that around the George Floyd area? Was that before it or
Oh,
after it? You know what I'm
dude,
saying? I'm pretty
we
sure that
how
was like way before that shit. Like, if memory serves, like, that's what was so funky about that track.
I think that was yeah, because
Like it
we
just led
recorded it
up.
way before that, but when it came out,
yeah,
the timing
Yeah,
was perfect.
yeah. Like it
yeah,
hadn't came out
that
yet,
whole
but it was
whole fucking
recorded, and then it was like the events. Like I don't know, man. Like that song fit perfectly to how, like you said. Sorry to cut you off about George Floyd, man.
Oh nah, that's all good. Because like realistically, that's one thing about those type of songs because of the culture of America. Those type of songs never get old. Like you could play that song today, or you could have played that song 5 years ago. You could have played that song 10 years ago. You could have played that song 15 years ago. You could play that song 15 years from now. And
no.
if and
See,
unless things change dramatically, the
Hmm.
content is still gonna be relevant. You know what I'm saying? So that's the one thing that never changes in regards to some things that we do in hip hop. Like some of the shit we do is ageless because because of America itself and the way it's constructed, it's always going to be a relevant topic. So yeah.
Do you find that terrifying, Seven? Like, in all honesty, because look, like, and this is a discussion that myself and DKB have had about Wickedness and Retribution. Because I mean, it was an album that took a long
I'm gonna
time
shoot your
to make.
fucking dog, yo.
Uh,
Oh my bad. It's not you.
dogs. Hey, man, it's cool. I didn't
Yeah, don't
think you were
fuck
talking
with
about my
Panther, man.
Yeah, don't like. Why are you going?
Don't
Why are you
shoot your
fucking with me?
fucking dog.
Somebody's dog.
Get that shit
Somebody's
out the
dog's about to
goddamn
get shot.
yard.
You know, fucking police ass looking motherfucker.
It might have been a K9.
Oh shit.
Man.
I lost my point.
No, I mean, you was asking if it was terrifying. You know what I'm saying? As far
Oh,
as yeah,
Living in a police state.
but no, I mean, is it
like
terrifying, like realizing the music you make, like that it could be timeless? Because, like I said, I mean, this is a discussion that me and him have had about this album, and it was, I don't know, like if you've listened to the entirety of that album, bro, because I know we've
yeah,
discussed it, and the fact of how long ago it was made, and then looking at the fact that like it's relevant today, like I don't like that about our music. You know what I mean? Like I don't want our music to be fucking relevant and I mean like relevant to current topics 10 years from
I
now. I
feel
don't
you.
want
Yeah, I
the
feel
shit that you make. Like, does that ever worry you that we're putting this message out, but for some reason it doesn't get through anyone's skull?
I'm gonna tell you the funny thing. Like one day, like recently, my homeboy Quest, one of my producers, he hit me and was like, "Yo," because he DJs too. He said, "Yo, I want to do a best of 7 mixtape. I need you to send me your catalog." I was like, "All right, I gotta go through some shit, and I gotta find the records, and I don't have them." He was like, "All right." So I started going through shit, and as I was going through shit, I said, "Look, fuck it, I'm gonna just let everything play." So I just lined everything up on the playlist and played it all the way through. And I was like, man, from the time I dropped my first solo album in 2004 to Shooting Stars 2, some of the subject matter is exactly the same. I approach it differently. I say it differently because it's a different time. My flow has progressed and I've gotten better at writing. But the subject matters, some of the subject matters are the exact same ones that I was talking about in 2004. That's troubling because that tells me that the world around me hasn't changed as much as people want to believe it's changed in the last 18 years. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole ass adult. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker that was born when my first album came out, they old enough to fucking vote now. You know what I mean? So like the reality is, I mean, yeah, it's terrifying, but at the same time, it's I want my music to be timeless because the music is timeless, not because the topic, not because the planet hasn't changed. You know what I'm saying? I would rather it be timeless just because it's dope, not because things haven't changed. Like I listen to
Yeah.
PE and I'm like, PE still dope. But the fucked up part is it's still dope, but it still applies so much to what the fuck is happening right now. And this shit came out in 1986. So what is that telling me? From 1986 to 2022, this is still relevant? What are we doing? What are we doing? This is crazy, man.
Yeah, see, and that's what worries me, man. And I totally get your point in that. I agree. I want to make music this time. Like I'd love for 10, 15 years now, people to still be bumping Wickedness and Retribution, but listen to it and being like, man, them times were really screwed up when they made this album. Not
Yeah,
thinking,
remember when?
Right.
yeah,
I'd
like
rather it be that.
yeah. Like I want to cause those thoughts. Remember when, not, oh my God, this crap still happens. Like the fact that you could literally go anywhere and still play "Fuck the Police," and a bunch of people are going to be like, "Hell yeah, that's a problem."
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. That's the one song. Like that's the one song from NWA's catalog, and I be laughing because I'm like, y'all do realize the NWA made other songs, right? And they made other songs open than that one, but like that song stays stuck because
Yeah.
the topic just keeps coming up. It just keeps coming. It keeps coming. It never changes. So yeah, it's fucked up, man. But like, what can we do? I mean, I ain't gonna say what can we do because I know what we can do. But like,
No. I'll tell you what we can do. Seven. We got to show them the gravity of the situation. You feel me?
exactly,
Yeah. And we'll get to that.
exactly.
Yeah. And we'll all get to that later with Mass Lights Out on that bitch as well. Wait. No, hold on. Wait. Man, I don't know. You're on that. I'm positive. Whatever. Jesus Christ. We got too many collabs lined up for the next album, bro. Whatever. Shout out to the 144 for fucking around.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, I mean I really think that's important, and that's kind of why I honestly like when I was looking through those tracks for the next album, I was like, I thought that would be perfect for you because I think it is a subject matter. It is like that's like I don't understand why people don't get the gravity of the situation. It's like they hear it,
Yeah,
but like let's get real political. I know this ain't your podcast. I know this is 144 Chosen World, but I'm gonna get political as shit with 7 if my brother don't mind.
Okay,
All
let's
right,
do it.
let's go.
Right? So Roe versus Wade just happened, right? Right? And look, I love how, yes, that is the response I fucking wanted. That is correct, right? Now, everybody focuses on one particular aspect of this, right? But they don't understand that look, there's no females on this podcast right now, right? Right? But it affects everyone on this podcast right now because we lose
Absolutely.
so much as far as the right to our privacy with our medical shit. The three of us do,
Yes.
right? We all got dicks, just to be clear. So
This is
I
true.
don't understand how the fuck anyone is so stupid to look at this and like they see this. You know what I mean? When the picture is bigger than the view you can see in this whole shit right here.
Man, yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
what's your overall opinion of that, man? And as far as just like the response you've seen, the fact that people are entirely just focused on that one thing, like do you think there's something that's possible to make it to where people can understand it's not a small picture. It's never a small picture.
Well, it's interesting you say that because, first of all, I find it. I, I mean, I understand the concept of people in Washington. There's been several protests since it happened, and unfortunately, a lot of the people who have been speaking at the protests who weren't women did bring in the other aspects of it that could be possible because they done that, and so I appreciated that. But I was like, nothing's changed here. Like, there's no. The governor, everybody was like, yeah, we heard what he said, but fuck that. We stay in the same. We good. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
this is going to be one of the states that people come to get those procedures done. And so, I mean, I can applaud Washington for that. And the other part of it is, I think, like, case in point, people don't understand, like, a lot of the LGBT rights are going to be affected by this. A lot of black people's rights are going to be affected by this. Like, because what it does is it opens the door. Say, oh, we got away with that. Let's see what we can do next. Oh, we got
Well,
away with that. Let's see what we can do next.
That was
Because
going to be
well,
my next
there's
question.
stuff inside the bill, Roe versus Wade. There's stuff inside the actual law that has nothing to do with abortion. And they're not, nobody's even talking about that. Like, it's like, dog, do you realize that that bill's not just about that?
Mm.
So just by repealing that, there's other things that got repealed, and it opens the door for so many other things. And I'm like, yo, I don't think y'all get that the the right to your own person is being taken away from you. The right for you to be who you are and for you to go to a doctor and have ABC done because you need it done for your own personal well-being and for your physical as well as your mental well-being. What do I look like telling a woman who's a victim of a rape that you have to keep that kid? That's ridiculous. Why would I do that? Because now for the next 18 years at the very least, you got to be walking around your house very like looking at the face of your attacker every fucking day. That's not cool. That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? More importantly, I'm not gonna say more importantly.
Or give
Uh,
it up to adoption and just push it on something, you know what I mean? That system, which is
and
already
and then
failing.
yeah.
and you don't and you don't know what that kid has derived from that individual because you don't know that person. So you
Right.
don't know genetically what's gonna come of this person. You have no idea what you're dealing with. It may be a mental defect that you don't know about, and the kid's born with it too. And before you know it, now you got a little rapist running around your house, and it's your kid. That's a product of this bullshit. So you know what I'm saying? Like, my bad. I don't mean to get heated,
No,
bro, but
no,
this shit
no,
is
dude,
Nah,
you are
man,
crazy.
no,
yeah,
no, no,
like,
no, you are good. I brought up this fucking point because I feel it's a point that is it's not established properly, and I don't get like motherfuckers are only looking at it from one particular angle. You know what I mean? Like, look, if you're in a war, right, and you look at it from one particular angle, I'm gonna tell you what, you never read Sun Tzu's The Art of War, and you better prepare for defeat, and that because
Exactly.
that is all you're gonna get is defeat. And you make two real valid points, dude, as far as the like they're gonna slowly take rights away. Dude, this could get to the point where it's like, hey, you motherfuckers can't make music no more
mhm.
because you're saying shit that we don't want said. So y'all need to
Feel
shut the
me?
fuck up, right? And then and then to another point, bro, you said the whole travel into state, right? You already got to pay for a fucking abortion. Who the fuck's got the money, especially with the price of gas, and then travel to fucking a completely different state where you're clear? Some of the states are making it to where if you go out of fucking state and get an abortion, they're like, "Fuck you, you're still going to jail." Like it's getting a little ass backwards in this
Damn.
country, bro.
Yeah, this is bullshit, man. Like we have a serious problem here in this country, especially of not being okay. Let me see if I can say this right. There's been enough work to keep people separated in this country that now that the time has come where we need to stand together and say, hey, nah, we're not doing that. Because the very same thing that they use to keep us separated and to teach us bullshit is the same thing that gives us the power to undo this fucking government that's beating down on us and restructure a new one. And people are too scared to do it. The whole thing, dog, I don't give a fuck what nobody tell me. It's not ignorance because they know it. Because if you learn anything about the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, or any of that shit, you know that that is in there. In the event that the government is not serving the people have the right to undo the government and rebuild it from the ground up. But they're scared to do it because you know what they think? Oh, we undo the government, everything's gonna crumble. What the fuck you think is happening right now? What do you think is happening? Like, come on, man. You can't tell me shit ain't crumbling when a kid, 22, 24-year-old kid, gets shot at 100 times. 100 times. And gets hit 60. And then they handcuff him after he gets hit 60 times. Is he alive? Is he 50 Cent or something? Like, what the fuck? I don't understand, dog. And so that shit, and then the motherfucker that shot up the parade,
real quick,
and then they
real
caught
quick.
him in Wisconsin, and he was about to go do it
Oh
again.
yeah,
Like, what the fuck?
But can I say though,
Come
real quick,
on, man.
no, on your 50
that's
Cent
happened way
comment?
too many times.
No, fuck that. If you take 60 bullets, you ain't 50 Cent. You Wade fucking Wilson, all
You
right?
feel me?
Or
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
or
that's
fucking
crazy,
Wolverine or
man.
some shit or Deathstroke, because like you don't take 60 shots without having a superpower. All right, I'm sorry.
Feel me? Real
Yeah,
talk.
I
That's
don't even
real
care what
talk.
caliber it
Yeah,
is.
the
It could
excessive
be a fucking
force is
22.
crazy.
Bro.
Shooting in the cars, but kids like I want to say not too long ago found cops were found not guilty, or no
Yeah.
problem. A kid and a kid, no, a woman died, but like oh we was trying to find so and so and they fit the description, so sorry.
Oh
You,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, where's the
It's crazy,
accountability, man?
man.
It's
There
crazy.
ain't none because
No.
it's set up for it not to be none. And like if you look at the judges, most of the judges, most of the judges and prosecutors either used to be cops or they associated with cops. Like right here in Pierce County, our Pierce County prosecutor used to be a police dispatcher. She married to a retired police officer. So anytime the police kill a motherfucker around here, oh, it's justified. There's
Hmm.
no way they would do it on there. And I'm
Hmm.
like, and I left the southeast thinking I was getting away from this shit, and
Through
here
Southern.
we go again.
Let me
Yeah.
just throw it. Like, what do you think, Seven? 'Cause I'll tell you, if someone was to be like, "Hey, Factor, fix this country," no one would like what I did, but I've got a couple pretty extreme ideas. You know what I mean? I do. I've got go figure the
Somehow
unknown
that doesn't
factor.
surprise me. Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason I didn't think it would, to be real honest, right? Um, but I'm curious, man. If like say you just had omnipotent power over the government and you could literally just enforce a couple rules, what do you think
Mm.
ruling wise you could put upon the government that we currently have that maybe might do us benefit?
Well, first thing I would do is all of the chairs in the Chamber of Commerce, the House, and the Senate would all be wired as electric chairs, and when they sat down, I would get rid of every one of them, every single one, and we're gonna start
Adjustment
all over.
A. I love it.
We're gonna start all over because I think when you think about it, the structure of it isn't the problem. The execution is the problem. The structure of it's cool. When you think about it, you have two people from each state that represent this office, and then another person over here and another person over here, and they get together and decide, hey, our state wants to do this. And in the grand scheme of the country, we think that in addition to our state doing this, we think everybody should do it. Okay, let's go talk about it. Talk about it on the open floor. If you talk about it on the open floor and all of these other people agree with you, then bang, we're gonna do it. Okay, we're gonna do it, but we're only going to do it because we're here doing the will of the people who elected us to come here, not some bullshit that we threw against the wall and decided that we were going to come do regardless of the fact of what we told people when we were running for this office. That's what happens every single time. A campaign promise ain't nothing but a lie. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying?
The
Like, and I
like
told somebody the other day, I said, you know who the king of the campaign promise is? And I hate to tell people this because they get so mad at me. I'm like, Barack Obama is the king of the campaign promise. He is the
Let me
fucking
ask you
king.
this: like, how much of that you think is like, say I come in now, I'm playing catch up from old boy before me.
Right.
So now, like, sorry I couldn't fulfill my promise. I'm trying as hard as I can, but I can't because I have a gun to my head telling me
I gotta fix Trump's
if I
fuck
don't do
ups.
this, then I'm dead. You know what I mean?
Right. I
Like,
mean, I feel that, but at the same time,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I've had the misfortune of living through several different presidencies and watching how the wheels of the government turn when each party had control. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick,
And
real quick.
but
yeah,
that's
I
what I'm
just
saying.
love.
Does it never stop? Like, it don't matter how many times we change. We're still playing catch up
I,
from the last
I don't
time.
give a
Like,
shit. I love the
but
fact
that's
that he
why
said
yo,
abortion it.
electrocute them all right now. Wouldn't
right
that be a
here,
show for the fucking in America?
prime. I mean, why
Like,
not? What the fuck are they doing? What are they doing? They're not doing anything to help us, obviously. Like look at where we're at. And
yeah,
some of them people, especially the ones that's been senators and whatever else for 40 years, there has to be a cap on that. There's no reason your old ass should still be making decisions for people. Go sit down somewhere and retire. Go play golf or whatever the fuck y'all do. But
yeah.
don't be in here trying to tell people who are fully aware that it's 2022 and not 1922. Don't come in here trying to tell us how the world is supposed to go.
You would think these
You
people would
don't even
want to
know how to
move
use your
out
smart
of
TV,
here.
you old bastard. You know?
You would think these people would want to get out of here. Like, we're making
Oh
this fucking
shit.
country look
Hey,
weak.
no, you gotta get your grandkids to show you how to work Snapchat. You over here trying to tell people how to run a country.
Yeah, nah,
Come on, man. It's time
power,
to go,
man.
bro. Like I think there should be a cap on that. There should be and there should be a law that says, hey, if a president goes 8 years, does everything he said he was going to do, and is moving the country in the right direction, he has a right to run again. You know why? That should definitely be the rule. You know why? Because the person that comes after the person that was halfway trying to do
Oh,
something right, they always fuck it up every
Mhm.
single time. Every single time without failure. So yeah, why not? You did great for 8 years. Hey, we want you for 4 more. Come on. Let's see what this for do. Oh, you've been the president for 12 years and shit is going great. Stay. Don't go nowhere. Stay right
Yeah,
where you at.
ah,
Until you reach this age. And at that time, whoever your vice president is, you should have been schooling them to prepare them to take over for you when you leave. You know what I'm saying? So, but they still got to run. They still got to run. When you leave, they still got to run because the people got to decide if we want this person to be our leader. Democrats and Republicans, dog, that shit ain't nothing but WWE. They on the same side. They fight with
oh,
each other to entertain us.
mhm.
They fight with each other to keep us entertained. They know what the fuck they gonna do
oh.
already. I have no question about that. By the
Firstly, can
fact
I
that
say no? They could at least have the fucking good gracious to be goddamn AEW because fucking WWE is shit.
you feel me, that's why I say it's WWE because you can clearly see that they're faking their animosities.
Oh
Y'all on
god.
TV going at each other, cussing at each other, whatever y'all doing, and then y'all leaving the chambers when them cameras go off, and y'all going out to eat and get drunk and get prostitutes or whatever the fuck else y'all doing together. And
Yeah.
and they know it. But they
You see
want the
now,
people to think that they really like, ah, fuck that motherfucker. Like he don't think what I think. The way he thinks is fucked up, and I don't ever want to talk to him outside of this room. Nah, it
see
don't work like that.
that's why I say AEW because there's certain people I don't
Well,
believe
like
John would want
people
to
like
hang out
me
with
that
John
don't
Moxley.
watch
I say,
wrestling,
yeah.
I'll say like Michael Jordan saying like, nah, you ain't friends with the other team. Like, nah, me and Magic ain't cool. Like,
Yeah,
we ain't going out to
you
dinner.
looking at
That ain't my
you talking
buddy.
about Mike and
Like,
Isaiah, yeah, like Mike and
yeah,
like the Pistons and the Bulls. That's what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like they wasn't hanging out nowhere after the game. You know what I'm saying? It was straight up. Hey, we on the court. I can't stand you. When I leave the court, I can't stand you. It
hmm
is what it is, bro. So
for life.
Wasn't that Carl Malone in anyone because he liked to throw
Yeah,
them elbows?
yeah.
I love Carl Malone, by the way. Go figure. That's my fucking favorite
See,
basketball player.
I mean,
That dude is like,
and you're in
yeah, what?
Indiana too. Like, I don't like Karl Malone, like being a Pacer fan. Like, I don't know what it was. Something
I
about
can
Karl
imagine.
Malone.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I
didn't
love
like the
So
Carl
guy.
Malone.
so being a Pacer fan, who your favorite? Reggie Miller, your favorite player?
Man, like I mean, Reggie's probably the greatest Pacer of all time. Probably not my favorite. My favorite would have to be Ron Artest before the fight, the year before the fight. The year that he was
I like
defensive player of
Artest
the
in the fight.
yeah, that's too like the Steven Jackson, like, yeah, I love those dudes. Like that, like,
No
I'm
doubt.
sorry, like I love Detroit too. Like I love that city. I love the people in
no
Detroit.
doubt.
Like, but like I felt like,
Indeed, though. Yeah.
like when that happened, it was just like, you know what I mean? Like these dudes like don't play. I love it. But yeah,
Real
Bro,
quick,
look, I
I
was at
got
Ronnie,
work.
Ronnie.
I came home and turned on Sports Center and was like, what
Oh yeah, that was. It's
the
still to
fuck
this day
happened?
when you see it like the 30 by 30, or 30 for 30.
Oh yeah,
It's still
yeah,
crazy, man.
yeah.
And
can
that
I say this
Pacers
is what I
team
love
probably could
though.
have won that year. I ain't gonna say shit about that. They
Good
had
shit.
they had
Good
Ron
shit.
Hey,
Artest, they had Jalen Rose, uh,
Jermaine O'Neal,
Jermaine, Reggie.
Stacks. Oh my God, yo. They had a I was scared of the Pacers that year. I ain't gonna lie.
It's
I'm a
tired.
I don't
Lakers
know.
fan. I was scared of the Pacers that year.
That
Fuck it.
was
I
our
love
last
the
good
fact that
year.
like he's sitting here having a conversation with you,
This
Panther, and I
motherfucker
got
had
yeah, I
probably
know
no
like
idea.
one name. I know one name that he said, right? And then me and you was having a conversation, and I said AEW. The only reason he knows what the fuck that is because of me. He don't know who John Moxley is
Nah, I
at
Oh
haven't.
all.
shit.
Right, exactly, bro.
Nah,
But did you see Blood and Guts?
Yes.
Yeah, motherfucker, steak
Yes.
to the face. Just let me get this thing of skewers and just shove them in your head. I swear that dude hit Moxley in the nuts because he didn't want to take that spot anymore. I really
Oh
think
my God.
dude, you're telling me I really think he hit Moxley in the balls because he's like, I can't take Moxley shoving these steaks into my forehead anymore.
Please
I,
stop this.
yeah, I don't think it was a planned spot, but I think it's hilarious because it's such a like, yeah, because I don't know shit about sports, but he don't know what the fuck we're talking about right
nah,
now.
I'm
It's
long.
just
I
hilarious to
just
me.
ain't
Yeah.
imagine it. I'm
Oh, dude,
sure
it
you
was
can
it was
imagine
yeah.
basketball more than I can imagine a crazy ass
I,
wrestling
well, look,
scenario.
no, no,
You
no.
talking about putting
Imagine somebody.
steaks in somebody's
No,
balls?
look, no, 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 no. He took like a thing of like shish kebab
Yeah, I
skewers,
Shit
get
about
you,
skewers.
but I'm
Yeah, yeah.
saying obviously
and
you
then
really
just
can't
shoved them into the dude's forehead, into his forehead.
like
And then the
Abdullah the
guy that was
Butcher
getting him,
shit.
yeah,
Kamala the
yeah,
Butcher.
yeah, yeah. But then the
Yo,
dude
that's
that was
crazy
taking
as
it,
fuck,
yeah, he
yo.
hit him in the nuts. And I
Damn.
literally think he did that low blow just because he didn't want to take the stakes to the
Yeah.
face anymore.
Stop
Goddamn
stabbing
right.
my face. What is wrong with
Yeah,
you?
some of
Yeah.
that
Oh
wrestling
my god.
shit is, I mean, it's real to a point, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
take so much pain, but after that,
People, you know what I'm saying?
or
You know what
like,
the funny shit is you saying that is to me, 144 is like a Olympic basketball team.
Hell
Because
yeah.
in the Olympics, they go to each team and basically take the best player. Or even if it's two people from one team, because you know they took Mike and Scotty. So like they take the two best players from each team. So I mean
And they
it's
took Carl and Stockton too.
yeah, and they took Malone and
Yeah.
Stockton. So it's a couple teams that they took both that they took both two best players from. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like 144 is a lot like that because when I look, I noticed that a lot of these people came from other crews, maybe not in a group, but they came from other crews, and Judah specifically picked them to be a part of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, yo, Judah is like Mike Krzyzewski, the Olympic coach.
right.
Uh, you know what I'm saying? And he came to each team and was like, okay, I want you, I want you, I want y'all two, I want you. Except for in the case of the one group, he was like, I want all seven of y'all. You know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like it's the same way because I hear people all the time. Like I listen to hip hop incessantly. Like it's you know what I'm saying. Just to be honest, most of what I
Mhm.
listen to is independent music. I don't listen to a lot of mainstream music. So um, when I listened to, I started going through the list of people that are in the chat. Started just going checking out their music, and was just, man, there's some talented motherfuckers in this crew. Like this is crazy. Like I never seen no shit like this. Where somebody
Mhm.
literally went around the country
Hmm.
and you know what I'm saying, got the best artists that they could find in each place and was like, yo, come on, let's do this shit. And it follows the Wu Tang model. Obviously, we know what Wu Tang Clan did. It follows the Wu Tang model. Um, so I appreciate Judah for that. You know what I'm saying, for hearing me in North Carolina when he heard me and feeling like I would be a good fit for this whole thing, and my brother AP as well. And yeah, y'all really like for real. If I could set it up, y'all need to talk to AP. That he's fucking nuts, man.
Oh yeah, no
Oh,
doubt. Hell
oh
yeah.
yeah, dude. We're running through all the 144 on this, man. I'll tell you, it's
Mm.
and then we're gonna have
Eventually,
and
yeah,
then
if we can find them all, we can hunt them all
hey,
down.
well, I mean that's true. But hey, if we can, I swear, eventually we'll just get
But
to a point where it's
I
just gonna be
mean,
like five of us on a
do you
show
have
at
a
once, and
question, or
that's
you
what
just
we're gonna
throwing
do.
some bullshit?
I was
You know
just
what I'm
throwing
saying?
some bullshit,
Okay,
but you better have the.
I
If
was
you
gonna
don't have the
say,
next question,
I was
if
just
you
gonna
don't have the next
say,
question,
like you
yeah,
was talking
do it.
about Judah, like how you when'd you hook up with Judah? You talking about North Carolina,
Yeah,
like when exactly
I
was
met
that?
Judah. I met Judah in Greensboro, North Carolina, in 2016. So that was right before I moved out here.
So you
we did
Washington
a
now, right?
yeah, I'm in Washington now. So like it was a show my dude was putting on. Like we weren't on the bill originally, you know what I'm saying? And so he called me because somebody dropped off. He was like, "Look, man, I got this cat from Wu-Tang coming. I need you." I was like, "If you needed me that bad, I would have been on the bill to start with." But okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
Just bill it as Fallen Angels, and me and my brother will be there. That's the name of my group, Fallen Angels. So we go to the show, you know what I'm saying? We biding our time. We just kind of chilling. Nobody expecting us to be there, like, but everybody out there know who we are, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So we come out from the back and we start rocking. Just so happened, as soon as we came on stage, Judah came in the club. And he was standing there talking to somebody. We was halfway through the first song. He cut the conversation off. Was like, hold up. And he came walking up to the front of the stage and just stood there and was like,
Mm.
and he started making faces. As soon as he started making faces, I was like, that's it. We got him now. We got him now.
Mm.
That's what's up.
That's a good feeling there. You know what I mean? Can you imagine that? Fucking Judah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's what's up, man. And look, shout out to Judah for
Fuck
real,
yeah,
like you
dude.
said,
So
Seven,
Yeah,
for linking everybody up here.
can't
You know what I'm
imagine.
saying? I know
But
that.
that's like the probably the best fucking on point like thing I can think of, like the Dream Team, man. Like the way, uh, that's a good one, man.
Yeah, that's
Or like I
definitely
can see like a
that's a
T-shirt
great
or
analogy.
something of the Dream Team. I ain't saying nothing, but we need some shit. Sounds like a good idea.
Oh, dude, you just like, man,
Oh,
I'm
I'm
gonna have you
sorry,
make a
that's what I'm saying. Like
graphic
shit, ideas
to
popping in
send
my head
to.
now.
Like we gonna end up having an art argument
We gonna
after
get
this is
sued
done
by the
because you just
fucking
randomly.
Olympic fucking gold medal team.
Oh God, fuck them
oh
anyways.
man.
Uh,
Fuck them. Fuck them. They old as shit. I'd be like, I bet y'all can't beat me 1-on-1 right now.
oh shit!
I
Oh
bet y'all
shit!
can't beat me 1-on-1 right now. Let's see.
Larry
And
Bird
then
just
bring me
shoot
Jordan. Bring me
threes.
the best one. Bring me Jordan with his old ass. His knees gonna be fucked up when I get done with
Huh.
Uh, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. He might be able to just stand there and shoot from wherever the fuck he wants. That's
I
Jordan.
mean,
Let's be.
he only 3 inches taller than me, yo. It ain't gonna be that easy.
Man.
He only 3 inches taller than me. It ain't gonna be that easy.
That would, oof. That would. Yeah. How about this? You want to get in the ring with John Moxley?
Are we wrestling? Or can I do whatever? Or can I do
Uh,
whatever? If I can do whatever, I'll get in there with him.
oh, like
If this,
like just a straight up street fight. Oh my
oh yeah,
God! I don't, dude. Look, seven. I would love to see that. I don't want to see that because I've watched enough of John Moxley and his violence, and I'm not sure how that would go.
well,
Because
I'm gonna just say, like, to put it in perspective, um, I'm a pretty polished street fighter, and I'm a black belt. So I mean,
oh,
we
okay,
can, we
okay,
can do it
okay.
however you
Well,
want to do it. It's cool.
all right. Well, hey, that's still honestly like there's a lot of professional wrestlers that I could name that I'd be like, oh, you're a black belt. He's you're gonna whoop his ass. There's a couple that I'd name and I'd
Oh
be
yeah,
like, that dude still might be a problem, you
oh yeah,
know?
oh yeah.
Like and Moxley is one of those guys because he runs in that circuit of motherfuckers that really they can really grab and grapple you on a level that they know what they're doing, if it
But I mean,
turns
my
into
main
real
objective in that situation is break everything that could possibly grab me before you do it.
fight.
Break it all, and
I,
then what you gonna do now? I'm gonna just sit here and watch you writhe in pain while you want to grab me, but you can't. I'm sorry.
oh, dude, that's
Why is
probably
it?
the
Well, now I'm gonna
appropriate.
stop
Yeah.
all of us, right? Like, why is it like so far like the dark personalities and we're all just laughing about it? Like, I'm gonna snap this mother. We just laughing about shit.
Hey
That's what
yo,
I'm
I'm
saying. Like,
saying
we just the whole world just fucking desensitized to shit, man.
it's true. It's
Yeah, we
very
all
true. It's very true.
plus we all gotta survive. You know, like you said, like the Dream Team, man. I think we're all beasts and shit. Like, I can't believe like Judah, fucking like, here you go. You can join
Man,
this crew,
he's
man. Like, and like the people like within it, man. It's like fucking like you said, it's like Voltron. It's like Wu-Tang, man. It's crazy.
and the one thing I can say, I don't know if Judah is saying, but like I've heard and a certain like evolution of his musical sound since he put 144 together. Just because you got so many more
Yeah.
Hmm.
inspirations to draw from, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right,
Because I
right.
know he's recorded with everybody and all of that. So like since he's recorded with everybody, he's had a chance to hear how everybody worked. to kind of, and some of them he was in the studio with them, so he got to see how they work. And no matter what you say, as much of an individual as you may be, if you're around people and y'all making music together, like the positive things that they do as artists are gonna rub off on you, and some of the negative things will too, if you're not careful. But like the positive things they do are
Mm-hmm.
definitely like I became a workaholic in the studio because of the people that I was recording with. At first, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just come in and kick my verse and I'm gonna leave. But then it was like, I'm gonna come in, kick my verse, and I'm gonna leave, and I leave, and then a few hours later, I get a call, hey, we got another joint. Hey, I'm gonna come through, and the same people that was there before I left is still there, and I'm like, yo, y'all just got back too? Nah, we never left, and I'm like, oh, okay, okay, uh, cool. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I was like, all right, ain't no more coming and just lay my verse and leave. Like I'm coming in here and I'm gonna knock it out. So it started turning into a me going to the studio and just being there all day, or me going. And I know I only got 5 hours. Like one time I did 9 songs in 5 hours, just because I know I only got 5 hours to work with. So I'm like, yo, just turn the beat on. I'm gonna record all the rhymes, take it back. I'm gonna do the hook. You can copy and paste that shit. Run it through one more time. I'm gonna ad lib it, then turn on the next beat. Like I don't got time to play with this shit. So like I was like, we did 9 songs in 5 hours, and every one of
Ooh.
them came out great. Like that, it was kind of scary at a point, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, yo, that was too easy.
Mm-hmm.
That was way too easy. Like two of these songs I wrote well out since I've been here. While I was recording the other
Oh,
seven, I was
damn.
writing the last two. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's crazy, man. But um, I'm grateful, you know what I'm saying, for the opportunity to be involved with somebody who was so closely tied to a group that was so prominent in my hip hop journey. You know what I'm saying? Wu Tang
Mm-hmm.
is probably Wu Tang is my second favorite hip hop group of all time. So like, yeah, that's
Hey, can I just say, man,
Yeah,
to that
I'm the
effect,
same way. That might
yeah.
be if you go group, yeah, I might have to put Wu Tang one. It's hard, damn.
Can I just say though, man, as
But
far as
like
like
other
what
shit, like Wu Tang is for the fucking children. I'll tell you that, man.
yeah, but no, but bro, as far as what you just assembled, like I really look forward
Yeah.
to hearing the entirety of the round table. You know what I mean? Like
yes,
with knowing everyone that's on it, like and like
So I'm
I
saying
don't
like
even know.
everybody is dope as
Yeah.
fuck.
Oh,
Like every time I
oh, it's
keep
just
hearing new shit, like
ooh.
I ain't heard this before. I'll check it out. It's mind blowing, man.
man, yes, yes. I think the hardest part for me with this whole 144 thing has been being patient. That's been the hard part for me. Because like I'm used to things being a little more, more like spontaneous combustion. Once the idea comes to fruition, it's just kind of like boom, go.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But I
Oh,
understand,
oh,
Wherever
I feel like in that case, if it's boom go, is it boom go, brother?
it might be. What time
Is
is
it
it?
boom go? I feel like it's time for the killer factor conundrum of questions.
let's
Yeah?
do it. Let's do
Serve
it.
him up one, brother.
All right, man. What's your favorite type of music?
Hip hop,
Favorite album?
Illmatic,
Movie genre.
documentary,
Favorite
yeah,
actor?
Denzel Washington,
Favorite food.
pizza, that's
Favorite
easy,
color?
black,
Favorite city.
Philadelphia,
PC or Apple?
PC, all day.
Hell
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Okay, ready to be a superhero or a supervillain?
Super
Ooh.
villain, all day. They always got the coolest powers.
Favorite supervillain?
My favorite super villain, Magneto.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Magneto. Yeah, I like Magneto. I think he's dope.
fa-
It's either Magneto or Mystique, one of them two. Yeah.
favorite MC.
Rakim,
Factor, you're
Favorite
slacking.
favorite video game?
Madden.
Favorite producer.
Uh-oh. Uh, I
Like,
did have an answer to that, but
yeah, we have to
that
end it with
answer's
that one.
changed.
We'll
Hit
let
boy.
that slide. That's the bonus question. Who do you like in it? Like, give me your top five producers then. Who you like in
My
the game? Because like you sound
Just
like you're from both coasts.
I like Just Blaze,
Yeah, can't go wrong.
Alchemist.
Can't go wrong with Al.
Let's see, Just Blaze, Alchemist, um, Premier,
Primo.
RZA, and Pete Rock. That's probably my top five. Yeah.
All
God
right, all right.
damn.
Chopsticks or a fork when you eat Chinese food?
Fork. I don't know how to use them shits.
Ah,
Hey man, I learned the fighting techniques. I ain't learned how to use no chopsticks.
got time for all
Oh
that.
shit!
Holding stick
Oh
shit.
shit!
We supposed to be fighting, not eating. What are we doing?
He uses the chopstick. What are these chopsticks? Nah, they're weapons.
Yes, absolutely. In my hands, chopsticks can't be nothing but weapons because I can't eat nothing. Well,
Watch
I can stab a piece of chicken and just, you know what I'm saying?
seven be all pulling a Joker. Watch me make this chopstick disappear. Boom, and there's somebody's
Yeah,
head.
that's how you do it. That's about all chopsticks good for with me, dog. I can't eat with a motherfucker. My girl be fucking with me outside because she's proficient with
We're,
it, and I
we're
suck.
fucking up. We're fucking up the round, bro. Next
Well,
question.
I think that was how long do you want the goddamn speed round? It was a fucking two and a half,
I
3 minute speed round, and I said he
whoa,
stopped it before that.
oh, really? I thought I had one more I wanted to ask him. I
Oh,
Let's
figured
go.
you had
well,
one
you
more in the
always got
game.
like some
Huh?
like strange shit.
Well, no, it was easy. Anime
Just
or cartoons?
For me, cartoons.
All right,
Only,
yeah,
only
yeah.
because I
yeah,
think sometimes anime be getting weird. Like I'll be like, yeah, motherfucker's crazy. What kind of drugs are you on? So I make sure I never take it.
make
But you know,
cartoons be like that though too. Like
yeah,
I don't know,
you're
they're
right.
both crazy.
Like
If you can
cartoons when
draw,
I was a kid was great. When I was a kid,
yeah,
cartoons was great, man.
that's the
Even like
quality.
in my early adulthood, like I was still watching cartoons. Like when I started having kids, like I would watch cartoons with them, and I started realizing how much cartoons
Yeah,
changed.
so let's
I
talk
was
about
like,
that.
yo,
Like the quality of cartoons. How do you feel like hip hop? Like when we started, like when you started back in the day, you know what I'm saying? It was the up. You know what I mean? It was the hottest fucking thing. Now it's kind of evolved to. I mean, it's still hotter than. It's probably the biggest thing in the world, but it's
yeah.
different. It's totally different.
It is. I mean, I think okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just spill it. Everybody already heard me say how old I was when I started rapping. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. So like from the time when I decided that I was gonna dive in to the culture full blast at 11 years old, you know what I'm saying? It was like 1986, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, I got to watch, like, to me, the golden era of hip hop. Like everybody wants to say the 90s, but I'm like, yeah, the 90s, but like it really starts in like 86, 87, and then runs through the 90s. Because you got to think, like, when Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, Cool G Rap, Public Enemy, all of them came out, and then even from the West Coast, you know what I'm saying, you had NWA, King T, Ice T, a couple
Too
other cats.
short.
Too Short, yeah,
E40
E40,
click.
all of them people was doing their thing. So like, at that point, hip hop was to me, hip hop was already the biggest thing in the world because I never been to California, but I'm hearing
Mm,
all these things about these different places in California that I want to go to when I go to Cali. And like a purebred tourist, when I finally made it to
mm,
Cali, I went to all those places. I went to Fat Burger, I
mm-hmm.
went to I went to all the spots. I went to Compton, I went in all the hoods, and I'm like, yo, I know I ain't supposed to do this, but
Mm-hmm.
I heard about it on a rap song and I want to see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I went to Compton. It was like I'm just out here. But like the thing is, like I think at that juncture, I was like, man, hip hop, it was so special. And I was explaining to somebody, like, when I was younger, when I would tell somebody I rap, it would be like, oh, really? Let me hear something. But now, you'd be like, I rap, and it's like 40 other motherfuckers in the room raise their hand and be like, yeah,
Hmm.
me too. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And the over proliferation of the art is kind of crowded everything, and it changed the way people accept hip hop when they hear it. You know what I mean? So now people hear it, and it's like, oh yeah, I heard that. But it's only because so
Yeah.
many people sound the same.
Can
You know
I
what I
just
mean?
say it's so
Yeah.
funny to hear
It's
that
because they're.
answer. And well, and I'm the motherfucker that started at 32, and sometimes I feel like maybe I'm part of that problem
Well,
because
I
I'm
don't
like
think you're
I
not you're
can't
not
be because
cli-
I'm a
you're not
male.
jumping on the next trend. Like a lot of these people are. Yeah, that's why they got that
Exactly.
sound, that new sound. It's because they're
Exactly.
just doing whatever, riding. But like with the quarantine, with a lot of shit, like fucking with money and just life in general. Like you notice a lot of people, like man, like this music, you can tell you kind of weeding out like who's real and who's not in this game. Like
Oh yeah.
whatever, you know
Can
what I
you
mean?
can
Like
you take yeah, can you
what are you
take the
doing?
stress
This
of life and some real fuck shit happen
yeah.
and keep doing it?
If
Can you? Can you? Because I
like
can't.
I
Exactly.
don't care if you
Fucking me.
use not that I like auto tune, but like if you do something creative, man, just do creative. Be you in this fucking
Yeah.
world, man. Be you.
That's the whole shit. Like I think the fucked up part is, man, we get sometimes we get pigeonholed when people know that you're a hip hop artist. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? You get pigeonholed and people will say, "Oh, you did that." Okay, I'm gonna tell you a prime example. I'm not a Lil Wayne fan by any stretch of the imagination, but um, one of the flyest things I ever heard was I heard Wayne release that song "How to Love." I was like, "Yo, I never heard him do this, and this is actually alright." You know what I'm saying? Like I know it's auto
Mhm.
tune and he can't really sing, but this is a
Yeah.
cool song. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and it's dope to hear this guy that I know for, rapping unintelligibly about God knows what. Um,
And I can attest to
I
this
still
because,
ain't
like,
figured
I'm
out
the
to
same,
this day
dude.
what
I'm
Wayne
the
is talking about.
same
But
exact way, like with Lil Wayne. Like, and
yeah,
I get that. Like, if you go through my playlist, like, there's a couple Lil Wayne songs that, like, this motherfucker did some shit that, like, was
sometimes Wayne even
unbelievable.
hurts when he rap. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
yeah.
Sometimes
I'm the
Wayne be
same
even
way.
hurts when he rap, and I'll be like, God, he killed that shit. Okay, I don't know if he wrote it, but he killed that shit.
Yeah,
So, you know,
definitely.
if I got question marks about your writing, we got a problem. But like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I mean, to me, that there's also the aspect of the game that I feel like there's upgrades that exist. Like I think, in a lot of ways, Drake is the upgrade of like Nelly from our era. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah,
Nelly was one way. He tried to start wavering into other things, but it didn't quite work out for him like he wanted it to. But Drake is able to do all those things. You know what I'm saying? So it's
mm,
like an evolution of Nelly. Just like somebody like Corday to me is like an evolution of Nas. You know what I'm saying? Like if Nas was 20 years old in this era, what would he sound like? He sound like him. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
So
That's what I try to
so
tell people. Like,
I
there's
love it.
always like corny motherfuckers in every era. Like, all
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
corny raps nowadays. Like, nah, dude. Like, we had corny every. There's always been corny motherfuckers.
Yes. Motherfuckers be talking about the 90s like it wasn't no whack shit in the 90s. I'm like,
Right,
no,
right.
y'all do realize Hammer and Vanilla Ice came out in the 90s, right?
Like,
Y'all
look,
do
and I
realize
love.
both of
Yeah,
those
go
things
look at
happened.
the 99 cent fucking or the quarter bundle. Like all the one hit wonders we had. Like,
But the I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller guy. I was like, dude, how short are you that you made this song? I don't understand what's happening. You know what I'm saying? And then the ooh diddy diddy yep yep. I don't know. I have no idea what he was talking about. Like, but it was a hit because it was a real smooth tune. You know what I'm saying? But then there's other acts that I felt like Farside, I felt like
mm,
should have got far
mm.
more love than what they
Oh
did,
yeah, yeah,
and they
yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
Even Souls of Mischief should have got way
Oof,
more love than
oof.
what they did, and they didn't. So like,
Yeah, love it.
um, it was a lot of really dope shit that got swept under the rug because there was such a great volume of dope shit in the 90s. But now it's a lot of dope shit to get lost in the sauce because these little young motherfuckers know how to manipulate the internet and they will bury your fucking music. You know what I'm
Can
saying?
I
Like
say?
it's not intentional,
Yeah.
but it's
Can I
just
say?
they doing
Yeah.
what they
To
do.
Yeah, to that end though, man, I think that's one of the great things is about as far as what's Judah done as bringing the collective of all the 144 together. You know what I mean? Because it is like we've all discussed, man. It's a I not trying to blow my own ego when I say this. I kind of feel like when anyone says this, they're blowing themselves a little too because you're part of the 144. Let's be real fucking
Right.
honest.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, it's a dope ass fucking collection of artists that all for that matter have their own abilities. You know what I mean? Is like even just behind the mic. Like there are
Absolutely.
things that I do and that you do, Panther, and that DKB does that I don't do or you don't do or vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, and that goes for everyone. And I think maybe that's something that he's done that will allow us to get past that. And I think it's another great thing that you said, like bringing that assemblage together. It's one of those things of steel sharpens steel. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, steel sharpens steel. I'm a firm believer in that. I'm a firm believer in that because even before I was able to hook up with Judah and the 144 and everything, me and him started making music together, and I know it was nothing but steel sharpening steel. I'm fully aware that's honestly what Killer Factor is. Not to fucking hang off my own nuts or anything, but I will fully say that because I believe it. And like I said, I've seen nothing more than that with the 14440. That's why I'm still looking forward to the round table. And shout out to my brother DKB for fucking hooking up that dope ass cover too.
No doubt.
Um,
Like,
That
for real,
shit's
that
fire.
shit is
dude,
that
I
shit is
can't.
slick.
I did it. Like, I get the opportunity to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel embarrassed. Like saying, yeah, like, yeah, I did the cover for this dope ass group I'm a part of. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels bigger than something
I,
it
I
is. I
look
guess
seven.
maybe
I won't
it
tell you to
feels. It
smack him.
feels
It's
like
way too long of a
yeah,
drive. I'll do it.
yeah. You can come smack me, whatever. Look,
Whatever, man. I need to come
he's
hang out
smoking
in the
up.
damn
Maybe that's what
studio.
I need. God damn.
Hey man, that's the only way I can keep my sanity. Only way I keep my sanity is weed and rhymes. Keep me sane.
What's sanity?
Yeah, exactly. Like
Hmm.
I like to tell myself it's sanity that I'm keeping, but really what it is just keeping me from going far enough off the walls for them to lock me up in a soft room. You know what I'm saying? That's that's all.
Yeah, fuck a padded broom. Yo, can I say, man, this has been a hell of an interview, Seven, and it's a privilege and a fuck and just a blast every time we've interacted with you,
Well,
dude. From
yeah, I was gonna
from
say,
from the
like that's
yeah
why I started. Like this dude is like the dopest. Like you
yeah
see, he was just a dope soul, man.
yeah
Thank you,
from I
man. I
Definitely a
mean yeah
dope
appreciate it,
dude,
man.
man.
yeah yeah for real,
That's
Hey,
and
I
why.
I'm not
That's
promise y'all,
why.
when I
That's
come up,
why you accidentally ran into fucking Method Man. You know what I mean? That's why you accidentally run into Judah. That's it. You know what I mean? It's just
that's why
the
Method Man
gravity
ducks
that just
behind me to
gravitates
fucking
to you.
the dope shit is
Shit.
the dope shit is I appreciate that absolutely, and I think that well, not just y'all. I mean, just the entirety of the 144. Like you said, still sharp as steel, and I want everyone in the collective to be aware. Like when you if you listen to Shooting Stars too, like I might be the one person in the 144 that like at this moment don't nobody fuck with, but y'all,
wait
but
wait 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 wait, bro, you can't say that. You can't say that, bro. You own wickedness and retribution, and
yeah,
you
I'm
own.
saying
That's
All
why
right,
he
so
said, "But
yeah, I'm
yeah,
saying
we.
don't nobody fuck with but
Oh,
y'all.
okay, okay, okay,
and I don't
okay,
know
Yeah, so
okay.
y'all
why,
Yeah,
because
niggas
this
no,
got
dude's
yeah. I
dope
didn't.
as fuck.
Yeah, no.
Not
Look
even
for
like
everybody. Yeah,
lyrically, like on another fucking level, bro. Dude,
oh, but I did want to tell y'all, man, when I book my tour, if I'm coming through Indiana, y'all on the fucking show. I'll never do a
oh
show
hell
in
yeah,
Indiana, man. Y'all
appreciate
already know the
that.
bill. So yeah, like let's keep that 100. Like, and I saw the conversation y'all was having. I don't want to get too crazy into it, but I think it's crazy for anybody from the 144 to be in anybody else from the squad backyard and not put them on the bill. I'm gonna just say that. So
we look. I'll
I
tell you what.
appreciate
On
that.
that, yo, I just gotta say it's been a hell of an interview. This is the Chosen World episode 2. It's been Seven the Panther. Real quick before we cut out this bitch, yo, Seven, can I just meet you? Be like, yo, this is Seven the Panther. You're listening to Chosen World podcast. If you want to throw some ad lib shit in,
Yeah, do
I
whatever,
know you
or
know how
give,
to ad
and
lib.
also like whatever. If you got any marketing
okay, let
shit
me
you
make
got
sure
to
I get
throw
this
out
right.
there.
Let
It's
me get
the
this right.
Chosen World podcast.
The Chosen World podcast. Gotcha. All right. Yo, it's your man Seven the Panther, man. You know what I'm talking about. Takeover Music Collective Sound Chamber Productions in the building. Right now, you listen to the Chosen World podcast with my guys, Killer Factor. Y'all already know what it is, man. Four us up.
Oh
Hell
yeah, that
yeah,
was perfect.
hell yeah. And look, I promise you, Seven will be
All
back on
right,
this
hold on.
podcast. It might. Wait,
Are
what?
we done? Or are we still
No,
going?
oh, I know. I was just to say, yeah, Seven's gonna be back on the podcast. I just want to
Ah,
say,
yeah.
right? But that's gonna be when we get to where we're gonna actually do some roundtables on this podcast, just like the album's name. But first, we got to introduce you to every member of the 144. But I am the Unknown Factor.
I am Mr. DKB.
Have a
And
good
I
night,
am
y'all.
Seven the Panther.
Fuck. Hold on, man. Really? I didn't
Really?
expect that, Seven. I fucking totally fucking just cut on top of your shit. I'm kind
Don't
of
worry
upset.
about it, yo. It's all
Like,
good.
like, you know
I
what?
had already, look, I had already did my little talky talk right before that, so it's all good. I was just being funny at that moment. I just wanted to blow the smoke out real cool, you know what I'm
See, he gets it. It's UF. It's not FU unless you flip
Right.
it. Have a good night.
saying? Shoo.
What was up?